The universe is a vast and mysterious place. For centuries, humans have gazed at the stars and wondered if we are alone. Now, thanks to a groundbreaking discovery, we may finally have an answer. A team of scientists, working on a top-secret project, has detected unusual signals emanating from what appears to be another dimension. The signals were first picked up by a device called the Quantum Entanglement Resonator. This device was designed to study the strange world of quantum mechanics, where particles can exist in multiple states at once. But the scientists soon realized they had stumbled upon something far more profound. The signals were not random noise. They were structured, patterned, and clearly artificial. Could this be the first contact from an extraterrestrial civilization? Or was it something even more incredible?
The team of scientists, armed with the quantum entanglement resonator, opened a portal to another world. What they found was both familiar and strange.
The sky was a different hue, and the plants were a symphony of alien colors. The animals were particularly intriguing. Some resembled Earth's prehistoric creatures, while others defied classification.
Flying creatures with iridescent wings soared, while shimmering scaled creatures slithered. The ecosystem was vibrant and teeming with life.
The plant life was equally alien. Giant luminous flowers cast an ethereal glow. Trees with silver bark stretched towards the sky. Despite the alien beauty, there was a sense of familiarity. The laws of physics seemed the same, and the basic building blocks of life appeared similar. The scientists were eager to learn more about this parallel world.
The most startling discovery was yet to come. As the scientists ventured deeper into this parallel world, they stumbled upon signs of civilization. Ruined cities, overgrown with alien vines, hinted at a once great society.
The architecture was unlike anything they had ever seen, with soaring towers and graceful arches that seemed to defy gravity. But it was the artifacts that truly captivated them. Pieces of pottery, tools, and even weapons, all crafted with a skill and artistry that rivaled our own.
The scientists were astounded. This was not just a random collection of objects. This was evidence of a culture that had developed its own unique technologies and traditions.
As they delved further into the ruins, they began to piece together the history of this lost civilization. It seemed that this parallel world had once been home to a people not unlike ourselves. They had built cities, developed art and music, and even waged wars.
But their civilization had ultimately collapsed, leaving behind only tantalizing glimpses of what once was. The discovery of this lost civilization sent shockwaves through the scientific community.
Further exploration revealed that the parallel world was not entirely uninhabited. Scattered groups of intelligent beings, resembling humans but with subtle physiological differences, still thrived in this alien environment. They had adapted to their world, learning to live in harmony with its strange creatures and unusual flora. Their language was a series of clicks, whistles, and melodic tones, more akin to music than spoken words. Their art was vibrant and abstract, depicting the strange creatures and landscapes of their world in swirling patterns and vivid colors. Their technology, while seemingly less advanced than ours, was uniquely suited to their environment. They had developed sustainable energy sources, harnessing the power of their world's unique plants and animals. Their tools and weapons were crafted from organic materials, seamlessly blending with their surroundings. The scientists were eager to learn more about these beings, to understand their culture, their history, and their perspective on the universe. But they knew they had to proceed with caution.
A team of diplomats, linguists, and anthropologists was assembled to make contact with the inhabitants of this parallel world.
They carried with them a message of peace and a desire to learn. The journey through the portal was fraught with uncertainty, a leap of faith into the unknown. Upon arriving on the other side, the team was met with a mixture of curiosity and apprehension. The inhabitants, though initially wary, seemed receptive to the overtures of peace.
Communication was a challenge, but through a combination of sign language, drawings, and careful observation, a rudimentary form of communication was established. The team learned that the inhabitants referred to their world as Ethel, meaning eternal bloom in their melodic language.
They lived in small, self-sufficient communities, their lives governed by the rhythms of nature. They possessed a deep respect for their world and its creatures, viewing themselves as caretakers rather than conquerors. The initial encounters were filled with wonder and discovery.
It seemed that a bridge of understanding was being built, a connection between two very different, yet strangely similar worlds.
The discovery of Ethel and its inhabitants sent ripples of excitement throughout the scientific community and beyond.
Ethel was a treasure trove of new knowledge, offering insights into biology, physics, and even philosophy. Scientists were eager to study Ethel's unique ecosystem, with its bizarre creatures and plants. The potential for medical breakthroughs was immense. Ethel's flora possessed unique medicinal properties, and their understanding of sustainable living could help solve Earth's environmental crisis.
Ethel's technology, though seemingly less advanced, offered a fresh perspective on energy production and resource management. Their mastery of bioengineering and their ability to harness natural energy sources could revolutionize life on Earth. The potential for cultural exchange was equally exciting. Ethel's art, music, and philosophy offered a fresh perspective on the human condition. Their focus on community, sustainability, and harmony with nature provided valuable lessons for Earth's increasingly fractured and unsustainable societies.
However, the discovery of Ethel was not without its challenges. As the veil between the two worlds thinned, shadows began to lengthen across the bridge of newfound connection.
Differences in cultural values and societal norms led to misunderstandings and friction. Earth's history of colonialism and exploitation cast a long shadow over the interactions. Fears arose on both sides. Some on Earth saw Ethel as a source of unlimited resources to be exploited. Others worried about the potential for cultural contamination or even the introduction of alien diseases.
On Ethel, some groups viewed the arrival of humans with suspicion, fearing a repeat of their own ancestors' mistakes, which had led to their downfall.
The cultural exchange, while initially enriching, also highlighted the vast gulf between the two societies. Earth's focus on individualism and technological progress clashed with Ethel's communal values and reverence for nature. The discovery of Ethel, while initially a cause for celebration, had unearthed a Pandora's box of ethical dilemmas and potential conflicts.
The situation escalated rapidly, pushing Earth and Ethel to the brink of conflict. They envisioned Ethel as their personal dominion, a source of unlimited wealth and power. Their actions threatened to shatter the fragile peace and plunge both worlds into chaos. Politicians, swayed by corporate lobbyists, turned a blind eye to the ethical implications. On Ethel, factions wary of human intentions grew increasingly vocal. They pointed to Earth's history of conflict and exploitation, arguing that contact with humans could only lead to disaster. They called for the closure of the portal, for a return to isolation as the only way to protect their world and their way of life. The tension reached a boiling point when a rogue group on Earth, driven by greed and fueled by paranoia, attempted to seize control of the portal. The fragile peace between Earth and Ethel began to crumble as fear and mistrust took root. On Earth, opportunistic corporations saw Ethel as a new frontier ripe for exploitation. They craved Ethel's resources, its unique life forms, and its potential for profit.
The treaty recognized Ethel's sovereignty and established strict guidelines for interaction, prioritizing cultural exchange, scientific collaboration, and mutual benefit. The attempted coup served as a stark warning, a reminder of the fragility of peace and the importance of diplomacy. The atmosphere was tense, the weight of expectation heavy on all involved. After weeks of difficult negotiations, a treaty was finally reached. They argued that Ethel was not a resource to be plundered, but a unique civilization deserving of respect. On Ethel, elders and spiritual leaders urged caution, reminding their people that violence begets violence. They advocated for dialogue and understanding, believing that true peace could only be achieved through mutual respect and cooperation. A global summit was convened, with representatives from both Earth and Ethel meeting on neutral ground. As tensions escalated and the threat of conflict loomed, voices of reason on both sides emerged, advocating for diplomacy and understanding. On Earth, scientists, activists, and ethical leaders condemned the attempted coup and called for a peaceful resolution.
The discovery of Ethel was a watershed moment, forcing us to confront our place in the cosmos. It reminded us that the universe is filled with wonders and possibilities beyond our wildest imaginations. The encounter with Ethel challenged our assumptions about intelligence and technology. It forced us to confront our own shortcomings and history of conflict, but it also revealed our capacity for wonder, empathy, and cooperation. The legacy of Ethel would be forever intertwined with our own, a reminder of curiosity and respect.